going to do a press conference on the 17th of February to talk about our initiative of Valor in the Presence of the Enemy and our request to the Governor General of Canada, our request to the House of Commons, our request to the Minister of Defence, our request to the Chief of Defence Staff to actually commence an independent review of Jess Larochelle's file and citation for the Victoria Cross with a view to, if it's deemed warranted, and clearly we think it is, to upgrade that citation to a Victoria Cross, not the Star of Military Valor that he presently wears. And at the same time, consider how we might reach back into Canada's military history and look at other individuals who served our nation superbly, who were valorous in the presence of the enemy, but because of circumstances, et cetera, either were not nominated for a Victoria Cross or else did not receive one. And I use an example often of that, Private Francis Bagamagabo, Sergeant Tommy Prince, heroic, valorous in the presence of the enemy in a way that was incredible, different for each of them, but courage of a lion. If they had been white men, it is my view that they would probably have been wearing the Victoria Cross. Why couldn't we not relook that? Just start with Jess Larochelle, because we believe that is a soldier whose citation, whose heroics, and whose valor demands attention now. Consider others from Afghanistan. I'd be willing to provide the other names as we would with our group. We're going to do that on 17th of February. We hope to do it with representation from each of the three parties, of the Liberals, the Conservatives, and the NDP present as part of that. This is nonpartisan. This is not political. This is about doing what's right for Canada. We have written to the Governor General with our requests. We've written to the Minister of National Defence, to the Chief of Defence Staff. We have built a base of support, and that's probably the wrong way to put it. We have found that in Canada, there is an enormous base of support for doing our recognition better, for doing this specific recognition right, because we don't think it's right now. We have towns and cities and communities who are passing resolutions to support this initiative. We've got regiments and associations from across the Navy, the Air Force, every regiment across the Army that almost you could name regular force and reserve, not all of them, who are out in support of us with resolutions from their leadership saying that they support this. We've got the support of Lieutenant General, now retired, Omer Lavoie, who was the battle group commander on 14 October 2006, who was there with his TAC group from battle group headquarters at Strong Point Center, and who fought during that action and who signed off on the citation, who says, I actually think it should be a Victoria Cross. And he reminded me a little while ago that when I went into Afghanistan after I had seen the citation at the end of their tour, he and I had a conversation, and I had said to him at the time, Jess's citation was as close to a Victoria Cross, and we didn't do it, but it was as close to a Victoria Cross as you could possibly want and not do it. And maybe now looking in arrears, then we should have done it. We should have crossed that line. We've got the support of Colonel Ian Hope, and Colonel Hope was the battle group commander that transferred authority off to Omer Lavoie and his support. And we go on from there. We've got the support of Canadians across the country in a huge way. Bruce was talking about the followings that we have and people who see the things that we do in Valor in the Presence on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and all of those other things that we do, and see things like this. What we want to do is bring this to a consensus, keep the pressure growing. This is a good thing. Recognition equals appreciation. Appreciation makes people believe that what they did was worth the cost, was worth the price that they paid. It is a part of coming home and coming home healthy and remaining healthy. And if you've come home and you're injured mentally, if you are wounded, if you have PTSD, if you're struggling in any way, that show of appreciation is a powerful, powerful tool to help you get through those tough times and tough days. And we in Canada don't do it well.